as of this year, we've renamed it into the European Label Forum, which is a new brand, a new name, which aims to express that it has to be, let's say, a top-end forum of business leaders in the label industry. And what we would like to achieve with this is that business leaders get together, talk to each other about topics that drive their business, enter into dialogue, come to a common views and expressions, and well, work together on a common future for the industry.
Today I'm really in charge of the product itself, but I don't have, let's say, high knowledge about the market. So I think that's the place to be when, I mean, for me as a start, to get more knowledge about the label market.
I'm looking forward to finding out how the program works out and how the reaction to the program is.
We operate around the world, and so one of our businesses is here in Europe, a very important one, and so that's my primary objective for me personally, is to learn.
Communication, relationship with other companies, other industries. Then for the future I would like to build up a new business.
With the new format of the European label format, the ELF, they really have adapted it to make it even better fit and make it more valuable for the printers to find new things, insights on how the market is evolving or how the Europe in itself is actually evolving.
Then Bill Gates said, what I fear the most is two guys in a garage coming up with something completely new. A capital E, write a capital E at your phone. This is my point, that if it ain't broke, consider breaking it.
Just great. I cannot wait to implement things within our company.
The most important thing in Heineken is the role of creativity at Heineken. We want to be premium, so you pay more for this great product. How do we do that? By design, innovation and branding.
I would really like to welcome you here to my home country. Our industry in 1 year grew the size of the Benelux label market. You can see that Eastern and Southern Europe represent about 75% of the total population. The FINAT radar. Just a couple of highlights which I would like to show. This is the same regional breakdown as we use in the label stock statistics. And then we see that consolidation among converters is seen as the biggest threat. We see solid above GDP growth. And that is caused both by structural and cyclical factors. And finally, 20% of converters at least are already active in sleeves, flexible packaging or in mold. So our industry is already diversifying.
The reality is that the buyer of tomorrow is not the same as the buyer we have known. We've formatted you, we've conditioned you to work on price, to work on price, and to work on price. And now we have to now deformat you and try and get you to work on something else. And that something else is innovation. Well, our relationship is based on trust and understanding. We don't trust them, and they don't understand.
Talked a lot about a phrase, emotional intelligence, and how well we relate to people, and to go beyond the very specific business of selling kit or purchasing kit, and try to find connections to manage that whole value chain and to find much more common points of selling or adding value other than just price points. It was refreshing to hear that coming from a market that has been so driven by price, price, price in recent years, and I hope that catches on across all aspects of our market segments.
Well, I thought both the presentations were really good. Of course, the second one was a wealth of experience, telling us that even today's world has much to learn from what happened in the past.
I'm a marketer myself, so just any tips, I don't know, insight maybe, as Lars has experience that I think we all can learn from, and common sense is not so common sense anymore, so I don't know, I really appreciated it.
The European Union is founded as a peace project, not as an economic project, as a peace project. People want to see and feel the results of the efforts made in the last years. Ukraine has the right to have close ties with the European Union whilst being a good neighbor of a great country as Russia. Every day we have to turn fear into hope. Thank you.
What he has been doing for the last 6 to 8 years, all the impact from the European countries, what he's been working on, it's just amazing. All the demographic effects, the social effects, the political effects, it's the experience that he has and what he can bring on an exposition like this. It's very valuable to listen to and very worthwhile to be present today here.
I've seen many changes in the whole programme, the activities, but I must say that this year has been one of the most interesting in terms of speakers and programme. And it's been particularly interesting for me as an Englishman to hear the last session by Herman Van Rompuy, because it's a totally different perspective to what our English government tells us. So it's been very interesting format and listen to it. But I think the speakers yesterday were absolutely tremendous. I hope this kind of format continues. I hope I'm going to continue to come to them in a few more years to go as well.
First order has been played.
Give us one. Give us one.
The order.
Yeah, hold. It goes with this, right?
Order 2.
Okay, finished.
67. 60.
Right in the order.
Table 16.
I think that the label forum was a very big success. We had very good speeches, and there was a very convenient and sympathetic atmosphere among all the delegates that came here, and we had now a very interesting speech from Herman Van Rompuy, something inspiring. So I think the new format is really good, and I'm looking forward for next year.
I think the entire program was very relevant for, you can say, for all converters, and very good speakers, very well coordinated in terms of having a theme, so one presentation led to the other. The breakout session yesterday afternoon was relevant, very good. So it's been the best FINAT conference that I've been to.
Well, I thought both the presentations were really good. Of course, the second one was a wealth of experience, telling us that even today's world has much to learn from what happened in the past, and I think that's what I took away from it. That things don't die. The basic concepts and ideas follow through.
Yes, I thought it was a very different format, more interesting. The tracks made it difficult to choose because sometimes I would like to have been in two, but that may tempt me to bring colleagues in the future. So I think that's a positive move. And the session this morning with Mr. Van Rompuy was inspirational, which was unexpected for me. So that was very good, very pleased with it. And so far, I think a better Congress than Monaco, which itself was a good Congress. I'll definitely be back for the next one.
This new format is amazing. The topics are so high quality and great. I was never amazed by the presentation yesterday about the purchasing. It was amazing and very, very inspiring.
Yeah, this is the first FINAT Congress here, and it's very interesting and very informative. I got a lot of new information about the European economy and also the labor industry, the overview of the labor industry in Europe. And the most important is the development from the marketing side, from technology side, and also from the management skills. I think that is really a good event.
I think the FINAT organization made a big step forward already over the last years, getting more and more active and more interactive with the new medias. It was a really great experience with extremely good presenters here, and it was a big networking opportunity. So it is definitely a big step forward and getting much more active than in the past.
And I'm also very pleased to see so many young managers at the conference, and I hope we see more and more young managers also at the big FINAT, not just at the YMC events.
The FINAT aim with the European Labour Forum is to have the best speakers, the best content. It's not only the venue, it's also the information that our members can get in this forum. So we want to be the best labour forum worldwide.
And now I hand over to the new, as a emeritus president, as I am now, to our new president, Thomas Hackmeyer.
I will lead you again through these wonderful days. Imagine you wouldn't have been here. What would you have missed?
We're now at the end, and it seems that the new format has been very well received. I've had very enthusiastic comments about the content, the quality of the speakers, the diversity, and let's say the selection of topics.
Well, I'm very happy that our new format of the European Labour Forum has been accepted very positively by many of the delegates that I've talked to. It's been a positive thing to be more, let's say, oriented on the business topics. We have split up in 3 different strands, and that has been taken very positive. So I'm sure that our new idea of modernizing the FINAT meetings, annual meeting, will continue in the future, and we will strive to make it even better next time.
For me, it's very important that FINAT gets more and more transparent, and that we are able to invite many small and middle-sized companies to join us in FINAT. Because FINAT is not only for the big companies, FINAT is a good possibility for smaller companies to get involved in associations.
I'm a happy man, yeah.